Ain't that crazy? We can't even really do our turn ups no more. They done played us out of raggities. What's the name of this song? Savior by Ty Tribbett and Tim Bush. Ooh, gotta figure these eyes out. Savior by Ty Tribbett and Tim Bush. It's real, real good. It's a real good worship song. Good morning. If they gonna let us on over here, we about to see. I don't know if they is or if they ain't. Good morning. Okay, so they letting us on over here. Okay, good morning. Y'all wanna good morning, see. Y'all wanna go on a trip? We ain't got on the yellow bus in a long time. Y'all wanna get on it? I was sitting there this morning just probably 30 minutes ago. They ain't even been 30 minutes. And I said, well, let's go down a little rabbit hole if we shall. If you'd like, we can. Y'all want to? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, I know y'all getting the kids ready, getting the husband off to work, walking the dog, feeding the fish, just getting home from work, at work, on your way to break, all the things. If you can't participate, listen, it's okay. Y'all don't gotta tell me. I know how I've been with y'all 5 years. I know some of y'all work days, some of y'all work nights, some of y'all just getting off, some of y'all just getting up, some of y'all getting the grandkids ready, kids ready, husband ready, everybody ready. I get it. So if you can't, it's okay. And what's real crazy, we've been here almost 5 years. So just let that sink in. That is crazy. I'm just saying, cause y'all be like, you don't have, it's okay. Y'all know the deal. And y'all shouldn't make me say that every day. I love y'all. Moving on. The baby watching you too. Hi, Tink. It's your TT. Hi, Stinker Butt. Good morning. You about to terrorize some stuff and have your mom going crazy? Good job. You're doing your job. Listen, get over here. How did you get over there? What is in your mouth? What are you eating? Stop that. Don't touch that. Come here. Yeah, no, thank you. You said he already is and looking at the phone, just smiling. He know he's CT. You said, I'm glad to see you back home. Yes, me too. Yes, me too. That's why I ain't been doing nothing. As far as like just overexerting myself, y'all, I've been sitting in the same space doing my picture, sleeping, trying to stay hydrated, just trying to get my life back together. I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to get my life back to get my mind regulated because it's a million things running through my mind right now with everything, right? So for me, I have to steal away. Hey, good morning, pumpkin. Good morning. I have to. You said laugh out loud. Only say it because you be like, hello, y'all still here? I must be talking to myself, right? No, I get it. I get it. I get it, but sometimes it be real quiet in here, and I be like, "Oh, I am not entertainment. Well, let me go get to the stuff I'm supposed to be doing." Hello. It used to be days when I could sit up a lot all day. Now I be having stuff to do. Mainly find a place to put stuff. It be a lot of people putting a lot of work on my shoulders that I gotta figure out. I play Tetris. Maybe that's why God allowed me to be really good in Tetris. Because that was one of my favorite games growing up. I think what Christmas, that's all I ask for. I don't care about a dollar, nothing. I just want Tetris. Okay. And guess what? I've been playing Tetris for 5 years. No, take this box down, put this box inside of that box, put that over there, turn around, put this right here. You said I still play Tetris. Okay. Because, baby, you said I literally had a dream about sending you something, then had to cancel it. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Because guess what? Okay. So, who's been here? Y'all, most of y'all been here for a while. Y'all remember how this room used to look. You remember how I went back and looked at this room used to be just very, minimalistic. I had a table with the lights on it. It was just one. There should have been two bookshelves, but just two bookshelves. Right? And now this place is was all on the floor. That's part. My books was on the floor. They were. You hear me? So you said yes, Tetris. Is that game? Listen, listen. So it's running behind. I can see. I'm trying to tell y'all. Look here. It's his with a T, I guess. Anyway, we're gonna go on an adventure if you like. And you said I was just on the one of the first videos. You said it was just you sitting in a chair and nothing else. That part. That part. It wasn't nothing on the walls. It wasn't nothing. Because this was my office for my trucking company. Now there was gonna be some shelves and stuff, but remember, this was supposed to be my trucking company office. I remember when you had plain walls and the books were on the floor. I'm trying to tell you. Now remember, there was one bookshelf. All the books was not on the floor. Now y'all not gonna keep saying that. And I told y'all I had a beautiful bookshelf, one of my favorite ones that had like a stained glass window in it, and they broke it when we moved in here. They broke the legs off of it, and I just looked at them like this. Mind you, it don't matter that I only paid about $29 for that at the Goodwill. It was beautiful because I know how to find nice furniture at Goodwill and stuff. I was pissed. Matter of fact, I still got the glass in the living room. That's how much I love that bookshelf. I still have the glass. I felt like you was coming for me, Daddy. Listen, you said yes. I remember when you were getting the measurements for the bookshelves. Come on. You said I'd be playing Tetris with those books. I even have some under my bed in a box. Lord help me. Listen, they everywhere in my house. I took my daughters a whole bunch of my cookbooks because I don't be cooking. They got all my pans except for a few. They got all my stuff. The only thing I'm not giving them is my kitchen aids. They can get those when I go on and leave this earth. Because I don't trust them not to pawn them or sell them or give them away or something. I don't know. I remember those days when I had to do stuff like that. And kids, they'll want to go out and be like, "What can I pawn?" If they don't want to spend their regular money, don't. That's I just told my daughter, girl. I said, "Where's your iPad?" She said, "I said, oh no." I won't be assisting in nothing else expensive. And to me, over $50 is expensive. Mm-mm. I won't can you no. Mm-mm. Cause they like to sell stuff. I know where they get it from. Cause back in the day, baby, here, take this. That's why I always bought quality stuff. So just in case I needed to sell it, this is an investment. It ain't just and I see them doing that and it makes me upset. Cause I'm like, mm-mm. You said it was bucket naked in here. Yes. But this is the thing. This was supposed to be my trucking office, y'all. This was not supposed to be a WOIU office. It was gonna be a trucking office. So I might have had to, it was gonna be real simple and just to the point. Just in case a truck or something had to come in here and get a check or something. I don't know. It was gonna be real simple. You know what I'm saying? Business like just crisp, and that was it. And then God said, "Well, you gonna be moving some stuff across state lines, but it ain't gonna be producing stuff. Yeah, you're gonna be pushing books and paper and supplies and stuff, but it ain't gonna be that kind." Hello, he had another plan. He did, and I'm grateful for it. I am. I really, really am. Honestly, this is again been one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. There go the hot flashes already. Whew, you hear me? It's been the most, other than raising my children, it's been one of the most fulfilling things in my entire life. I want y'all to know that. The tears we cried together and the experiences that we've had, life changing. All of us got to grow together. Some of our babies came to us, we just gonna say 18, 19, 21. Some of our young people here, and they have knowledge from 80 years old and down. We ain't even counting our babies under 18. Think about the amount of knowledge that you all have pushed out into the atmosphere by sharing your experiences. You got babies that came here when they was 19 and 20 and 21, and now they're 25, 26, 27, whatever. Do you realize the amount of the wealth of knowledge that they have? They came in and sat in on these classes, and y'all telling y'all stories, and y'all don't even know that's something they going through right now. To the 30, 40, and 50-year olds and 60-year olds and 70-year olds, y'all coming in here telling how you used to be, and that this at this age I'm changing, I'm growing. That lets them know that they don't gotta be perfect right now, because the world will tell you if you don't have it all together by this age, it's something wrong with you. And they get to come in here and see, because my TT such and such, my uncle such and such, he's still going through the same thing I'm going through, or he went through it. So get off my back. You said, yes, I wish I had that. At that age, life would have definitely been different. But guess what? You wouldn't be able to help your nieces and nephews now with the experience. Think 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 about this, right? In real life. Yesterday's assignment and the day before, that was to show you that you wouldn't be part of it. You wouldn't be who you were if you didn't have those experiences. And that's piggybacking off of John. Think about that. John's first 7 years of his life was chaotic. How can you be at rest as a parent knowing that they're rounding up children? You don't think his mama heart was beating? That affected him because she was nursing him. They tell you you need to be calm when you're nursing, and because all of those different things, the hormones and whatever it is that you feeling, and the stuff that your body is making, it go into your children. And you are what you eat. So if mom has a lot of emotional energy that's not calming, the baby gonna be fussy, because your body formulates different liquids and chemical balances depending on your mood. So think about that. It happens even after the womb. If you wake up with an attitude, we didn't talked about this. What happened with the kids and the husband and anybody else that's in the house and on the way to the job? And then once you get to the job and then on your way home, what happens? You said it do. Your kids feed off your energy, whether it's positive or negative. Hello. Your husband, your boss. You said those two lessons have been 2-page journal entries and a lot of conversations with dad. Come on. It really make you sit up and think about what you've accepted, helps you to understand how God feels about you. They get an attitude. They do. You said the whole atmosphere in the house shifts. Okay. So what happens when a baby is at your breast is the same thing that happens once they're off and they are out and running around. One is spiritual and one is natural. Because emotions, we can't see them. So that's a spiritual aspect of this human existence. You can see when somebody is mad, but you cannot see the actual madness pulsing through their body. You can see the facial expression that tells us you're upset, but you cannot see that like it's not coming out of your ear saying mad, mad, mad. It's not. It's not. So that is a speak because it's a feeling. It's not a physical thing. So that's the spiritual aspect of you nursing your home And what are you feeding it? Are you feeding it drama and chaos? What are you feeding your house? Not just what's on their plate. Can I ask you a question? Is there anybody, and this ain't trying to be funny, this is just trying to see. Is there anybody that since you've come here, now maybe in the beginning it was super rocky, but your house is more peaceful than it used to be? Yes, definitely. Yes. Hey, Wit. Yes. Yours. Definitely yours. Yours. Okay. Yes, it's peaceful now. You said mine is sour. Sorry. You said mine. I was a firecracker. It is peaceful. Peaceful. Yes, me. Yes, Danielle. Yes, for sure. Interesting. Can I ask you a question? What did you feed your household before you came here? What was on TV? What was playing on the radio all the time? What were the conversations that were being had? Hell, what was the actions being done in the house? Who were you allowing through your door? You said rage and anger. Interesting. Crazy how when you start feeding, you said being passive aggressive. Interesting. Drama, cursing, fighting. Interesting. You said I would take the stress of work home and take it out on my husband and didn't even realize it. Drama, gossip, sex. Uh oh. Hold on. Anger, frustration, and anger. Anger. So anger showed up in a lot. So strife was at y'all house too, because strife is the arguing and being petty and arguing over silly stuff. Bad attitudes and stress. Lazy people, just craziness. I understand. Negative spirits. Interesting. Strife and gossip. Anger. So when you stop feeding your house, good morning. When you stop feeding your house, all of those things, something changed. Just like if you feed your babies nothing but sugar, it's going to have an effect on their bodies. They're going to be super hyper. Some babies will be overweight, get what is it? What's the name? Diabetes, the little kid diabetes. I can't think of what it's called. But you know what I'm saying. You said when I focused on the word and started praying over my children, God moved. People come to my house for people. Remember, I told y'all everybody come over here go to sleep. This is not the sleeping house. You can cry here, but you don't gotta go to sleep here. Hello. He said, I'm not tearing up none of my stuff, throwing tantrums. I'm not going on my off on my kids. If I get upset, if I say something I shouldn't say, I immediately apologize because sometimes I am the drama. Ooh. I had a problem with overthinking and assuming I'm not perfect. I want to talk instead of cussing. I don't cuss people out no more. Ooh, gestational diabetes. Okay, thank you. Or juvenile diabetes or something like that. That did y'all hear that testimony? How many parents can agree with that? That you didn't even realize you was the reason your house was in chaos. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. That's a real thing. You said my children didn't want their friends to come over when the drama was happening, but now this is it's that is peaceful. Is peaceful. When they do come over, they fall asleep and they say it's very peaceful here. Come on, come on. Uh oh. You said yes, and I can definitely agree with that. Uh oh. Come on. Self evaluation empowers development. You said, yep, that's how it is now. So peaceful they fall asleep. Uh-oh. Good job, family. Good job. Good job. Good job. Hmm. I'm proud of y'all. Yeah, I really am. That makes me excited. For a number of reasons, it makes me excited. You said my son's football team mates asked me to pray and show them different scriptures. Come on. Come on. You said, heck, I can't stay awake at times. That part. You said, I've been trying to control my thoughts and it's hard for me. It's a learned behavior. Just like all the negative traits. It didn't you wasn't a proficient cusser when you start cussing, you sounded weird. But over time, you found out how to cuss somebody out real good. Hello. No. Like anything, it's learned behavior. Your first timing. You didn't know what to do. That don't mean you don't know what to do right now. Learned behavior. Ever since I changed my life, my house doesn't feel so heavy. Ooh, come on. I listen to everybody's testimony, and sometimes it's hard to admit when you are the cause of the drama, making problems where there's none, or saying stuff that's absolutely out of pocket. It's hard to face that sometimes my kids been home because they don't want me to go back the way I used to act, so they call me out on my stuff, and the truth hurts. Yes, you said I hope I have. You said I hope I have, because then they see God for themselves. Okay, couldn't wait to cuss. I already know. You said I thank you for being bold and starting in school. You're welcome. You're welcome. Kind of I was pushed into it, but if we gonna remember, I said this was gonna be a trucking company. Okay, I had plans on making about $72,000 a month with my 20 drivers, giving me $1,300 to $1,600 a week. Now I had did the math and was working on the plan, honey. Had just got out of school. I said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna work." He said, "Yeah, you're gonna be around a lot of truckers and teachers and all kinds of people, but it ain't gonna be for that." Well, it's not gonna be for that. What do you mean? So what did you just have me go to school for? Hello. What did you just have me do all that God said differently and we are blessed for it? Listen, I had a whole plan. It's okay. It is okay. Oh, before we go down the road, listen, I'm grateful for the experience again. That's why I be telling folks, please don't talk crazy to me. And not y'all, I'm saying other folks that have so many opinions about my life. Well, you can come live it if you want to. If you want to switch, I mean, I'm still gonna live mine. But if you wanna come and walk in these shoes for a minute, you're more than welcome. Go right ahead. I just hope you got strong shoulders. Hello, because you're gonna need them. All right. Two things, and then we gonna go down the road. We gonna go down. I am not responsible for no cuss words. Plotted a new tactic into attacking content creators or breaking news. The United States government has now plotted a new tactic into attacking content creators or media influencers, journalists, and anything of the sort. If you don't agree with this administration, the WhiteHouse.gov page is now turned into a defamation or campaign smear against major news sites that don't agree with Donald Trump and now leftist creators. Only two of them so far. So you go to the WhiteHouse.gov page and then you go to media offenders. See, when you get to this page, you're going to go down to the bottom. You're going to see pages 1 through 7. You're going to click through the pages. When you get to page 2, you're going to see down here leftist influencers. Hey, Pumpkin. Did we? Did we? Just tell me we did. Or didn't. Did we? Did. Did you hear that? And when I tell y'all it's the reason that the people is here. Breaking fucking news. The United States government has now plotted a new tactic into attacking content creators or media influencers, journalists, and anything of the sort. If you don't agree with this administration, the WhiteHouse.gov page is now turned into a defamation or campaign smear against major news sites that don't agree with Donald Trump and now leftist creators. Only two of them so far. So you hear me? Do you hear? I love how you give us assignments to really dig down deep and get all of the unhealthy and nasty parts that we carry in our hearts. We don't have it, you said, and we don't have to. It's okay to let it go. Come on and really start fresh. Give it all to God because if you don't, what you do in private will show up in public, like they say. You said when they're saying, what you do in the dark will eventually come to the light. Stay out my class. Can I get to it? I got you. Thank you. And yes, this is beautiful, but you all in my class. Can you let me get to it? I was trying to ease y'all into it. You know what? It's too early for this. Good morning. Please come get she, not me. I can't even get into my. It's kind of frustrating when I'm trying to build momentum and suspense, and you always tell somebody, well, I understand being connected to them, but sometimes it doesn't feel good. No, sometimes. Excuse me. Listen, how am I supposed to bring the wow factor when you continually tell them what I'm going to teach? You give them bits and pieces of it. It's frustrating at times. I get it, but I just don't understand why. Fine. Fine. Have a great eternity. Dang! Goodness gracious, can I get to it? It's early in the morning, 8:52. I figured I'd be able to. No. Laughing loud, that's it. What you told us, we've been here 5 years. You should know by now that I'm gonna give them the heads up. Literally. You said, Dean, you know what it is by now. You said we stay in your room. Goodness gracious. I be trying to get it together. Get your toes wiggling. And he be like, she gonna teach you about this today. Fine. Girl, I love you too. Goodness gracious. You just it's getting hard out here for a pill. It's getting hard out here for a pill. No, honestly, I'm joking. Listen here. I can't even get into it. I was trying to ease y'all into what we was gonna do. Butter y'all up a little bit. Goodness gracious. Ugh. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Goodness gracious. Goodness. I be trying to ease stuff in and y'all don't let me. Okay. So we did talk about them. You said it's me singing when he's trying to get the money for the rent. I'm trying to tell you. You said, listen, a nigga can't even bring it. You said laugh aloud, toes still be wiggling and muffin cap still be peeling back. Good job. Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay. Listen, after second Baruch, I'm not surprised. I just be holding on that part. Okay, so look, who remembers in the beginning of this, I said you need to learn a different way to speak, to say what it is that you are going to say, because shortly it could cost you your freedom or your life. Anybody remember? You remember, Diana? Okay. You remember? You remember. You remember. Go. You remember. Okay. I said it several times. And then within 2 years of us doing that, especially in the end of 23, 2024, the world, okay, the world had to start changing how they typed things on the internet. You remember JoJoy, right? So you couldn't say protest, you had to say music festival. You couldn't say whatever, you had to say something else in reference to ice. Something that's cold and wet and goes away very quickly. You had to say another word instead of that. Was God telling us prior to be careful of your speech because it's going to cost? Was he? And people told me I was overreacting in 22 and 23 when I was like, listen, don't say that. Don't do this. Be careful. They going to show up at your door and this and that. And then as a whole, we started to see the government show up at people's doors and are still seeing the government show up at people's doors for what they're saying where. They didn't go to a building and say it. They could have been sitting in their car, in the tub, on the toilet, in their refrigerator, I mean, in their kitchen, or cooking, or laying in their bed when they said what they said. But that didn't mean that the government didn't come to their door, right? And more so, influencers. It was frustrating. It was a frustrating time in class when people kept doing it in class, and we know better. Okay, now it's for everybody. It's not just for influencers, for real. It's for everyone. It's for everyone. You ready? Any Apple products, I need you to log into this. If you have a Samsung or an Android phone, you are not off the hook, but we're going to start. I need you to cover your camera. On January 26th of 2026, Apple acquired a startup called QAI that was designed in Tel Aviv in 2022. It is an Israeli-founded project. This is the biggest. Who remembers me in 2022 telling you you need to get one of these because you're not going to be able to take this with you in a minute? Who remembers me telling y'all that we had people in Israel watching us in 20 and 22, and I was all excited about it the whole time? Okay. Who remembers me telling y'all it used to mess me up because I would roll over and it's like my iPad knew when I was waking up because it would come on when I would roll over? Y'all remember that conversation? And I started because remember, I wasn't an iPad person. Remember this? And I said, I think my iPad know when I'm rolling over about to get up because it pops open. I just want y'all to remember that. Here we go. Acquisition that Apple has ever had. Acquired a startup called QAI that was designed in Tel Aviv in 2022. It is an Israeli founded project. This is the biggest acquisition that Apple has ever had in its history outside of Beats. Spent 1.6 to $2 billion on this acquisition, and it is now being implemented in all of their products across the board, including products that have not yet been released. An AI pin, the Apple Glasses, started with AirPods. Patents reportedly describe systems that can analyze your facial movements or skin micro movements, your jaw movement, whispered speech, silent speech, or optical sensors. It is scanning your retinas, infrared illumination. So if you are in a pitch black room, if you cannot see anything on the screen, it doesn't matter. They can. Their patent descriptions reference detecting things such as identity, emotion, heart rate, respiration, physiological state. Wearable sensors can detect speech intent.
Emotional state, fatigue, stress, attention. Just talked about the U.S. and Israel merging their military. That's listed in Section 224 of the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act. These acquisitions no longer just include our data, includes all of our biosignal analysis. Why did I say earlier that if you own a Samsung or an Android, you're not off the hook? Purchase was backed by venture capital firms, including GV, formerly known as Google Ventures. They're a player in this game. So your watches, your TVs, the camera on your phone, none of this is for our convenience anymore. It's for theirs. Love you so much. Stay safe, drink water. I'll talk to you later.
Baby, listen. Did we talk about all of that? Did we? And y'all wonder why we was blocked? They was blocking us because every single thing that they was about to do, baby, God said they about to do this. You was crazy 4 years ago. You're not crazy now. You're not crazy now. Hello. Hello. Break a nigga. Hello. Listen. Listen. Told you. And that's not a I told you. That's a God was warning us. You said I've said this time and time again, and I'm not gonna stop. Convenience is a oh, that part is. You said got my stuff. Thank you, Lord. Come on, 26-year-old girl. Come on, 26-year-old girl, woman. Come on, ahead of the game. And it's people 4 times your age that won't listen. Hello. What you done said? You said I'm ready. Come on. Come on. That's my daughter right there. You hear me? And is. Do you understand? Going back to what I said. Okay. Us being here together for this time, each and every person came in here and taught something. Y'all gave us information of where to go get things, where to do things, how to do certain things. Came in here and said, I said, never thought about that. And I'm about to try to do it. Hello. Hello. You said, and is. You listen, you said, oh, and is. You said, when I would tell my family stuff, they said, I don't believe it now, talking to me about what's happening. Oh, did we talk about it, Auntie? I said, they're going to be calling y'all, trying to tell y'all the news like you didn't know the news 4 years ago. Yeah, I said, honey. Yeah. You said, hey, Annalise, hey. You said, we outside, and thanks to our dad, we are equipped to be outside. Come on. You said, TT, I got you some fire hair pie. I've been listening to you about your hair. Thank you, Pumpkin. You going to be in my business this morning? That's what you're going to do. I just had a conversation with the Lord about my hair this morning, Pumpkin. And did. I said, what you want me to do with it? Because it's about to get cut off if it don't start looking like I need it to look. Hello. Thank you so much. I'm going through that now. Thank you, Dad. Listen, it's a real thing. I'm trying to tell y'all. We got another video here. Um, this one. New York, it's your time to shine. After Mayor Mamdani's statement on the news, where he stated that New York City will remain a sanctuary city, where millions of immigrants live, he will do what the right thing to do and protect the citizens of New York City. Well, as of today, after the Knicks lose, Secretary Mullen and Tom Homan have basically warned that an operation in New York City will begin soon, and they will flood the streets of New York City with ICE agents. Secretary Mullen has stated that That part. Did we? Did we? We did. Soon as they start showing up, I we the people said, look for it to go this way. Four corners game. Please, and you don't know why they've been blocking us. You don't know why they've been hiding us. For real. Tell me it ain't been what it's been. Name one time he didn't been wrong about the plan before the plan was even made known to the masses. Well, technically, it was made known to the masses, but they didn't believe it. Oh, wow, news, north, east, west, and south. Come on. Come on. Come on. Because we is smart and we is important and is Nisi food. Listen, you said yes because Louisiana's getting crazy with that. Oh. They was asleep and saying we was crazy. Uh-huh. We're crazy. We're not. Do you feel less and less crazy every day? Huh? Be honest. I know y'all felt crazy. We talked about this, and this ain't even where the class was supposed to be going because we got somewhere to go. I know y'all feel crazy every time you went and bought something survival. I know you did. 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 I know. Did you? I know you did. We got some people here that live in the islands. We got some people here that's from the islands. We got people here that is family members with people in the islands. Did y'all see what you said? Yep, it's still about it anyway. Did y'all see what happened in Jamaica? Did y'all know that American soldiers just showed up over there and the largest battleship has showed up in Jamaica and on the same day or around the same time, Jamaica went black like how Cuba did. And Elise is here. And Elise, can you tell me what year they started to limit y'all water and electric usage? And Annalise is on the most beautiful continent on the planet. If you know, you know. We don't have to say, but you know. The richest one. You know that one. Can you tell me if you still hear Pumpkin what year they started to limit y'all water and electric usage? Since 20 and 23. It's been 3 years in the part of where she at. And what is it? It's so much water and so much electricity. Or when it's on, and when it's off. What's that looking like for y'all? What's the divide up in having it and not having it? Did y'all hear that? My daughter just got back from St. Thomas and they had blackouts. Hello. No? Get no. The sheriff just came out with the literal ice cream truck, the cold dessert. And when I seen it, I said, oh, y'all funny. Hilarious. Oh, yeah, because they going to be helping. You said yes all the time. That's where I'm from. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You hear me? So now whole islands and whole countries are going dark. Did we talk about this? And how many times? How many of you made your own candles, soap, okay, deodorant? Now, what's funny is this. One more thing, and then I'm gonna run to the restroom. Who remembers me saying, learn how to make your own hair products and stuff? Because in a minute, you might not be able to get it from China, or there might be a deal with that, with the Asians. Anybody remember this? You remember, Diana? Y'all see what's going on right now? The boycotts of it all. You see? Was we not ahead of the game learning how to make our own shampoo and buying the plants that make the shampoo? We was ahead of the game, baby. Because the Asians make everything for us. Puerto Rico is having issues too right now with water as well. Interesting. That's funny because the person that I told you was my Puerto Rican son. He inboxed, or not inboxed me, he messaged me the other day, but I didn't answer because it's a little crazy the ending of that. But yeah, so that's probably why he was, that would be interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yep, you said now, yep, now, looky, looky. Hello. That's one of the only reasons, Rika, I have not cut my hair is because I know if I need to, I could just put some water and some grease in this and I'm going to be okay. It was a walkie talkie. Yeah, it was a walkie talkie. Hmm. The same one I've been showing this whole time, Keisha. It's the same one. You said just got an aloe plant the other day. Come on. So not only did God tell us what would be going on globally, he told us locally, universally, everything. You said it was the raw in the sky in Jamaica. The fallen angels are rawing for the land. That's why the lightning was pink. They have videos about it. Oh, I know I got one. I'm about to show it. Don't worry about it. But who remembers us talking about that? Because we've seen pink lightning in other places in the last 3.5 years, for sure. Hello. There's been a lot of pink lightning, and the sky's going pink. Now, who went and watched the magical legend of the leprechauns, or the legend of the magical land of the leprechauns, whatever it's called? Y'all know. Who went and watched it? Was there not an invisible war going on that the humans couldn't see, but it was affecting the world around them? Did you get to the end? We use ID books here. 2 days ago, our grandpa said they're doing away with it, so we can get the cards. After that, we will be going to the hand or forehead for the next. What? Girl, every time you come on here, I got to take a picture. Every time you say something. Did y'all hear that? You said I saw it, and yes, ma'am, there was. Did y'all hear what Annalise? Confirmation. Baby, if you don't be coming in on time every single time. Who remembers me saying just because it ain't happening where you at don't mean it ain't happening? Did you hear what she said? In Louisiana, they're not doing no more inspection stickers now. It's going digital. I believe it. Did you hear that? We use ID books here. 2 days ago, our grandpa said they doing away with it so we can get the cards. After that, we will be going to hand or forehead out. You said in basically in the next 2 months. Good morning. Do me a favor. Look through your apps on your phone and see if you have an app that has a color wheel on it, and that's the logo. Good morning, Auntie Judy, and thank you for my fabric and stuff. I don't know if you was in class, but I got it. Thank you. He was saying we have no time. It needs to happen soon. What? Oh, baby. Hey, Dad. Yeah, right. It's in the time limit that you told us. Yes. Yes. Everything is lining up perfectly. Over on that one beautiful continent that's the richest continent in the world, they already are putting together the forehead and the hand scanner thing. You remember we talked about that? Right. Yeah, yeah. People call me the crazy lady one. Right, so it's happening now. It is. Right in the time limit you was telling us. Right in our face. So in the same place that they started to limit the water and electric use, 3 years later they are now implementing where you have to get your head scanned and stuff in like the next 2 months. Hand and forehead. Right. Right. Okay, I'm gonna run to the restroom. You have a happy eternity. We'll probably be calling you back today. I love you. Bye. Did y'all hear that? You said color wheel. Google has it. Um, I'm about to show you. Everything is happening right in front of everyone's faces, but they're still in denial. Come on. Come on. Come on. Are y'all seeing it? Joy Joy, Trina, Danielle, or Eveline, Antoinette, what y'all think? Rika? Who were you members that's talking about? I would rather know and be scared now than to not prepare and it really be happening and I'm not prepared for it. You said mind blowing. It's coming to pass. Come on. Google Chrome and Apple Photo app use the color wheel. Okay, so look up for me global goals Samsung, or look up Samsung or Apple. Um, this is so crazy. And before I saw that lady's video, I said, wait a minute, because I had already looked at this. I think I had said something to y'all about it before. Tell me what you see right there. We talked about it, but we talked about it being something else. Do you all remember? No, it's the earth. But tell me, Isabel, Isabel, Rika, tell me what movie that reminds you of. Left Behind. It's another one. Before the Left Behind. The Day the Earth Stood Still. Okay. It's another one though. Where them two letters at the top of there meant a lot. Thief in the Night. Come on. You said, I wish that part. You got that song in your mind though. I wish we'd all been ready. Children died. The oh, okay. I wish we'd all been ready. Uh, okay. This ain't it. Let me go to the bathroom because this is not even work. I'm gonna make some coffee. I can kind of feel what kind of class this is about to be. My phone won't even spell correctly. It's okay. I was focusing on the earth. It's okay. It's okay. Who remembers when they when that specific entity did a contract or agreement with the clock app, and right after that is when they start blocking us every day, and they start putting misinformation under my stuff, and even over here, and they was getting us off the internet on TikTok and on YouTube, clocking us out and blocking us in the same week. Or if we talked about certain things, okay, they would just black the screen out and the sound. And most of those videos are now it's what's happening right now. We will be looking up certain agencies. Remember, we pulled out this book right here for the United Nations. Don't forget, and we was looking at all of the organizations worldwide. Don't forget, there's so much research that we did that is relevant to right now. It's ridiculous in real life. Hello. We was just over here. She don't even know what she talking about. She just be all over the place. She needs to stick to one subject. No, I don't. I need to let the Lord lead us so that we can be ready for all of the information that's coming our way, not just some of it. So when we're sitting in a room and people think that they are speaking a language that we don't understand, whole time we do. How did you know that? Don't worry about it. I'll tell you when we get in the car. Let's go. I'm gonna tell you. So remember that crazy lady? We be in the class and we be all over the place. We go from here to there to over here. Yeah, it was in one of them classes. You said yeah, sounds it's funny. They in here again. Oh, they so they messing with the they block. I'ma go to the restroom. Go to the restroom. I'ma go to the restroom. Told her. Let me make me some coffee. I can see what type of day it's got to be. That is crazy. Well, at least we know, right? I missed a lot. I know. You say I'm just now getting your live Substack notification. Are you serious? So they doing it over there too? I told y'all. Um, you said, and my screen looked blurry. Had to turn the brightness up, and that still didn't help. Interesting. I know when they listen because my phone starts recording me out of nowhere. I've picked it up several times, and it's writing word for word what is said. The Samsung Global app is a charitable initiative. Mm-hmm. Developed by Samsung in partnership with. Yeah, that's what they say. Why would in support the 17? Remember I told y'all 17 mean victory. They be playing with words, and the green light goes on, but the phone is locked. Interesting. The crazy thing is, I put tape on the camera facing me because I keep getting headaches. Interesting. That's why I move from sub. They be playing. Interesting. My friend said that the movie 2073 freaked her out because it's the things I've been telling her for years from your classes. You welcome, pumpkin. You well. See, they don't be thinking we know, but we do. Hey, Tony. Mm. Listen, I said I don't want to know what it looks like. I want to know what it really is. Who feels like you would rather know what it really is than be deceived? Hello. Yeah, I gotta look at this ugly and I gotta think about death and destruction and no food and no water, but at least I'll be lightweight prepared for it. And at least God brought you here and you where you at. Did you ever think that in 2023 that you would be put in this situation, but God had you already get your stuff when it was hard to get it? You said yes, me. Come on, Isabel. We have someone in our community right now that is living what we have been prepping for and has been for 3 years. I keep praying for clarity and not to be deceived. Come on. Come on. It ain't like it's far fetched. Now, is it happening right where we at? No. But we know we got somebody in our family that in 23, everything that we was prepping for in 22, she started experiencing it. Hello. And dad made it possible every time and did. That's when you was having to go through other countries to get your stuff. We was complaining because it was out of stock. She would have to order through another country to get her stuff. But she got it. Because God knew that she was gonna tell people what they needed. You understand? Somebody else might not have been able to get it, but she was able to get it. Warning comes and instruction comes before you need it. Hello. Now everybody talking about go. You need to have some emergency stuff and this and that. God been screaming that. You said in the week dad told me to buy the seeds and just keep them. Did you hear that? Did you hear it? You said when I asked dad one day while shopping on Amazon if 21 if I needed a generator and my whole house lost power and it turned back on. I said, done. I know that's right. You're 4 years ahead of the game. 3 years, 2 years ahead of the game. That should make you smile because at a time when people need to prepare, it is almost impossible to do so because everything is so expensive. The food ain't real no more. The watermelon don't bend. The bananas bend and don't break. Excuse me. The watermelon is bendy. The avocados, you can twist them like plastic. That ain't food. So we're paying more for something that isn't even food. which would line up with what the Bible said about how much wheat and barley is going to cost you, because you're not even getting none, but you're paying 3 times the price for something that it ain't even real. The bread don't even mold. Hello? Remember I told you Dad made me collect the medication cooler boxes now? I know it's to plant the seeds in. Interesting. Come on. Y'all heard that? We already in a famine. Is. You said we really paying more for less. That's crazy. Uh-huh. You said it's all a manifold deception. God sends famine as a warning and judgment, and they created fake food to keep people blind. Come on. No seeds in the veggies still gets me. Come on, because how you regrowing something, I'm happy. Still, my family is in denial with everything going on. Listen. Who understands when I used to say, uh, this is not a game for me? If I don't do what God tells me to do, a lot of people could be unalived. A lot of people could starve. A lot of people could do this or that. Imagine now, a small watermelon here is $12.99, and it's not even real. I planted my own 2 weeks ago. What? One watermelon is $12.99? You used to be able to get 3 watermelons, good watermelons, for under $6 to $7. Big ones, 29 cents a pound. Because me and my kids used to eat a lot of watermelon. Watermelon, as the kids call it. Wow. The long oval ones. And my family grew them. They cutting the heads off the pineapples even more now too. Yep, and off the bottom of the lettuce. Saw one at Walmart, $10.99. What? Your classes to me was an aggressive refresher course. You said got me together when I wasn't. It was right on time. Come on. You said yes, they're $8 to $10 here in Arkansas. $10 here for a small round seedless, and a seeded one is 12. And they weren't real. These aren't even real. Uh-oh, shaped melons don't exist in the stores. Interesting. Please, I'm in Jersey. The big ones with seeds are $25 to $30 for a water. Did y'all hear that? I'm growing mines. Last year I did a pretty good. I did pretty good and had the little baby ones. They were sweeter than the store bought. Okay, you go to the farmers market. Okay, here in North Carolina they $8 to $10. Okay. You know how many water you used to be able to get enough watermelons for a party for $8 to $10. From the few watermelons I had, I kept the seeds. Come on. You said the real ones that you can get with seeds on the side of the road be $20. What the heck? The watermelons have a lot of discolored flesh, inside that tastes poisonous too. Yes, it do. Remember when I told y'all I bought uh I used to eat a lot of fruit. I don't even eat fruit no more. And it's sad, I really don't eat a lot of vegetables either, because it feels so plasticky in my mouth. I don't know. It don't feel right on my teeth. It just ugh. I don't know. It literally like messes with my nerves. And I know that's crazy, but yeah. You said let me stop complaining for paying $5 to $6 on sale. Okay. The taste is off. It is. You said yes, real watermelons here cost $15 to $20. They have they do. Well, family, The green beans for sure. Listen, listen. Okay. Do you still think that our classes were for nothing? Now do you understand why God moved everybody's schedules around so that we could actually sit and learn in class? Because if you go through your journals and if you go through the stuff that we studied, the agriculture, when we were studying agriculture, people thought what they got, it got a lot to do with the Bible. I got you, Danielle. No, it tastes like that. You said it do taste like that. It don't taste real. Like nothing has flavor. Yeah, the fruit don't have. You can't. Everything tastes like water or something. It don't smell. You used to be able to smell the fruit through the peel or whatever it was. You can't even do that. Okay, okay, a whole bunch of them. He said, "I'm grateful and thankful, blessed for you." That's why I keep saying, like, our classes was not for nothing. Every single thing that we studied, I don't care how far, how outlandish, it was all for now. It was for then, for you to get prepared, but it was for now too. Yep, it's a real thing. If you bought seeds, raise your hand. If you learned how to grow something, raise your hand. You said, laugh out loud. That's how I pick fruits now by smelling it. Used to be able to smell the gas too. You said, nothing's the same anymore. Sure did. And this is how. Hold on. And this is how we get our water from fruit. And now the fruit don't have nothing in it. That part. Listen, God prepared us, baby. Words cannot even express how grateful I am for all your classes. My nephew called me and said you have been right about everything. I told y'all them calls was coming. He said, no, I'm so grateful for it all. I've learned to can and I'm trying to grow a garden, make butter, etc. All of us here. Come on. But all because of here. Come on. He said, yep, everything tastes fake and I grow my fruits and veggies here. It's definitely altered. Come on. Come on. Good morning, Auntie. The fruits in here seeds, if you plant them they don't even grow. That's what was going on with my stuff. So are you listen, you said I love these classes, sucks I can't catch you all the time, miss you. I'm at work sneaking to be on. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. That's why we record them so you can go back and watch them. Peaches don't even have smells and they used to be able to smell peaches from a mile away down there. You said you've been growing for 8 years. Okay. You said I just had an honest conversation with my friend and he said it's not uh gonna at least be like this until we 50. And I said no, so you're giving us way too much time. It's gonna be soon. It's now. It's now. I have seeds but haven't grown food, but doing good with my plants. Come on. You said the grapefruits out here, they're super small, like oranges, and it tastes bitter, and some of the grapefruits are hard with no flavor. Yep. I'm trying that now with some seeds from stuff I bought. We will see what happens. Come on. Still think prepping food was a crazy idea? Drying it, at least you'll have something. At least you'll have some light, some water, a way to cook, a way to heat your home, a way to clean your home. Hello? You said I thought it. I used to be tripping smelling my fruit before I bought it and smell everything. Fruits don't even have the smell they used to. Rika, you said I have some old seeds and planted them and asked Dad to do what he will, and they are flourishing. Come on. I went to Walmart and all the plums are bad. It was terrible. Oh, I know. Yep. Fruit come to you. And with my daughter said, Mom, I literally just bought these strawberries yesterday and they're molded. I said, I told y'all that happened to me. Bought some strawberries to make that jam. Baby woke up and it was mold on the top of all of them. Like, how in less than 12 hours? I just got them. They was completely molded. I mean, fur. Hello. You said I haven't grown seeds, but learning how to make bread, deodorant, toothpaste, medicine, and so forth. Come on. No, because that chicken I used last night that I pressure can was so good the kids was tearing it up. Come on. Insane with the berries. Come on. You said that happened to my strawberries too. You said, yep, happened to me too. Gone. Get out of there. Listen, it's crazy. That happens from some grapes I got from Sam's. I remember you telling us that. Yep. I went into a garden farmer's place and smelled the peaches and strawberries when I went in. So refreshing. Come on. My bell peppers go bad fast. Yep. Yep. And now y'all know why I was worried about my potatoes on the floor in here for 2 months. You said go to the Asian market. They have a lot of fresh produce with seeds. Okay. Thank you. Asian market, y'all. There you go. Okay. You said they had a peach tour. I bought 4 bags of 20 each, and it smelled so good and was so sweet from a local farm. Ooh. You said we 4 years and 3 months ahead of the curve. I'm so glad I seen your giant video and I sat down and listened to you, the messenger that God sent us. Come on, Auntie. It feels like the store scanner is it is a mold activator. Interesting. I have ginger growing right now. Companion planting is awesome. Way to grow your food. Okay. Thank you. All right. So now that we know, sometimes you just need a refresher on how good God has been. Because how many of y'all had an attitude for real? After about the second year of getting yourself together, you be like, I could spend doing this and that. And then God will always let something happen. You be like, oh, you said, I bought mason jars, and the manager in Publix was so amazed. I told him that it makes produce last longer because once it leaves the store, it's bad. And he said, thanks. Mm-hmm. Ginger is so good for knocking out mucus and headaches just by gnawing on it. It makes no sense. Come on. You said, did y'all see that the big pharma companies own one of the main ingredients for cheese in the rennet? No, I did not. Thank you for telling us because we sure bought some rennet so we can make some cheese. Mm-hmm. We did. High five, family. I'd rather be crazy and prepared than just crazy. Like y'all niece, she pregnant. Y'all know that. Y'all see how big she is. She getting bigger by the day. And she said, Mom, I sent her a picture that I had took of her when I was there. And she said, just big. I said, and pretty. You could just. And she said, you got a point. Right. I said, you're big and pretty, girl. You're big and pretty. You said, man, this be upsetting, but glad we know now. Come on. Glad we know. Come on. You said this, Auntie. Every time I get tired of raising these chickens and tending to this garden, I'm reminded to not complain about the blessings God has given me. Come on. I got some mason jars and I started fermenting a lot of herbs and something else. Interesting. Yeah. It feels good. It didn't feel good always when you had to stretch your money and not buy the things that you were used to having and all of that kind of stuff, right? Right? When you were spending more money on survival things than you were other things. But if an emergency has happened in the last 4 years, were you prepared for it? You said you bought mason jars on clearance at Walmart. Come on. Huh? I got you. Yeah. If you've been in a place where the power went out, whatever it was, however small, I bet you could go to some place in your house and be like, we ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that. And now it might not be completely comfortable, but you wasn't just out here bad. Hello. Okay. Feel like Joseph right now? Huh? Who feel like Joseph? Noah? Come on, Auntie. You said, oh, yes, I remember I cooked a whole meal and had power when the hurricane hit, hot bath and all. Come on. And did we about to boil some water up in this space, honey? That's what we're going to do. Who is about to be stinking? Not us. I was spending on crazy stuff. Now I'm wise with my money. Come on, Auntie. Come on. You realize a lot of that stuff don't even mean nothing. Can you use it when life is crazy? No, it's useless. It is useless. Come on, Joy Joy. No. All right. You said a lot more preparation to work toward. Little step by step. I appreciate your obedience to help us. You welcome. You said, man, you hear me gassed and been cut off, but cold, but could still bathe, laugh out loud, and Rika, Rika. Those is the moment. Just like prime example with my air being out, is preparation. It's preparation because we know without no power, it's gonna be hot, and we gonna have to go through all the seasons. You hear me? You said my kids was like, "What are you doing?" When I was buying all that stuff, but now they're like, "Mama, you did that." Ain't that to all of you that have heard that same response that you got all of the stuff? Just that's what you be wanting to do to them. Get out of my face. You said my air is out right now as we speak, and it is exactly what I thought about. Come on, listen. The biggest blessing is the preparation process. Come on, nigga, don't come in here telling me you happy I did nothing and y'all kept trying to spend the money on the stuff I told you quit spending money on. We could have been, leave me alone. I told y'all my ex-husband did that during COVID, baby. He gave me hell from 17 to 19. Soon as 2020 hit, he was like, man, yeah, my white man, we ain't did nothing. We. You got on board as soon as you got laid off because you didn't believe me. But God let you lay up next to a woman, your wife, for 2.5 years. And you didn't listen. God knew that your tail was gonna be laid off because he delivered, I told y'all, to the restaurants and the schools and stuff. He was a delivery driver. He drove a semi thing. Wasn't no restaurants open, schools wasn't open. The nursing homes was barely getting stuff and letting people in. So now you're getting your base pay, no incentives, no nothing. Just think if I had listened to you, we would have been up Fertilizer Creek. Because what he was bringing in was just enough to pay our bills. It wasn't enough to go get no extra groceries or nothing. We went from abundance to not that much. But because I listened when God told me, I had never couponed. I told y'all this. I started couponing. I started making so much stuff from scratch, and that cut our grocery bill in half. I said, oh, I could do this. I could do this. Sister, they was like, you wasting your money. Now they encourage me to get it. Girl, I already know. Listen, Um, you said went out yesterday while we were having electricity work done outside. House was 90 degrees inside. So you already know, girl, just got out of it. You hear me? And but if you got the Arctic airs, Danny, you said I bought the chocolates, the belt, the whip for my children. Every time they say they're hilarious, says I put that window fan in the window the right way, and it really cooled that room down tremendously to push it right on out of there instead of blowing the hot air in. Girl, I remember I bought a little mini generator for my dad until he bought a bigger one. You said, and when the power went back, he said, like he said he gave it to my nephew and he has power. Come on. And he had power. Come on. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. You getting your stuff ain't just for you, it's for other people too. But they thinking, whether they say it to you or not, they are thinking about everything that you were sending them, the text, when they was asking you what you doing, when you stopped going on vacations, when you didn't throw the big birthday parties no more, when all of those different things, they know you, they know how you used to be. They know what you used to spend on. And when they stop seeing you do that, they ridiculed you, but that's okay. Because you where you need to be right now. Laugh out loud. Hubby was like that. Uh Now we did it when I was younger. You said I told him I know we were doing it wrong. Hilarious. Yeah, we was doing it because that's how our parents taught us. Turn that fan on, blow that air in. But that You turn it around at night when it's cool to blow the cool air in. And then when the sun comes up, you reverse it and blow it the other way. You said T-Mobile Tuesdays got $20 memberships. You said I told my mom and aunt so they can prepare. My mom said I don't need it. I threw my hands up, girl. That part. I'm not arguing with nobody else about getting nothing else. It's funny because when I was at my daughter's house, y'all know I've been sending stuff. So this whole 4 years that I've been here, I've just been sending them a little bit here, a little bit there when I got the little change to do so, right? Or making food and getting stuff ready. So I was like, don't y'all got some something? They said that's for the end times. No. Can I get some of your cornstarch? Because you ain't got none in the cabinet. No. Ain't that for the end time stuff? Yeah, don't open it. I said, oh, maybe y'all pull them dehydrators out of there and start using them. Good job. They don't let nobody touch their survival stuff and they got it tucked away. I said, what y'all doing with this? Said, Mom, it's about to get crazy. They see it. And they got all them kids. Right. So when they were saying, Mom, don't send me nothing else and all of this, and I'm like, listen, y'all gonna need this stuff. Yeah, it ain't a lot of room and you can't make your house all pretty. I said, them pretty houses ain't gonna have no food in them. The aesthetically pleasing houses that everybody keep trying to make, they not gonna have no food. It's all on the walls. And then that $10,000 couch and then all the trinkets in there. I said, yeah, it might not be all whatever. I said, but you ain't gonna have to worry about taking you and your baby and going out in the chaos. Hello. He said I was raised with the fan backwards blowing the hot air out. Okay. Girl, not us. They had us bringing it in. You said my mom keeps asking me if I've tried the food I canned, and I keep telling her it's not for now. I know she doesn't believe because she keeps asking the same question. Girl, I do not have time. I ain't arguing with not a soul no more. If you didn't seen all of this happen and Cuba ain't had no power, what they doing in different listen, I don't want to say I don't care because I do care, but I don't care to keep talking to you about it. I don't care to keep wasting my time trying to convince you. It's five wise and five foolish for a reason. Half and half. It is what it is. If you haven't listened in the first year, the second year, the third year, the fourth year, what else am I gonna say? Just don't come knocking on this door. Talking about I know you got something. You don't know what I got. Hello. And whatever I do have in here, it ain't none of your business. I'm trying to create a system so that we ready to you said so that we already use to eating the stuff I can and dehydrate. Come on. I'm sorry. You said they doing that in Jamaica now. You said that's why they're not going to be able to eat at my house. Eat at that house. Come on. You said my aunt goes to the pantry faithfully. She called me and told me to come get this stuff before she throw it out. Come on. Come on. That's not even being mean. All the work and effort that you have put into prepping for your family, you just going cause once one come, then it's gonna bring more. It's just like zombies. Like they connected. So you tell one person, oh, she got bread, she got this, she got that. Oh, well, she'll probably have enough for you. I can check. Well, can you check for us? And before you know, no. You said that's the reason why I'm moving and going into the wilderness. Come on. Before you know it, they'll have your dang house surrounded, trying to kick your doors in and get what you got. Because it's about to get hectic. Y'all heard what Annalise said? In less than 2 freaking months. Does that mean we're in the second half? Can you tell me where Revelations 13 and 7 through whatever the last verse is says, please? Can somebody get Revelations 13 and go from the 7th verse and post that here if they allow it? Down to the last verse of that chapter, please. Can you tell me? I'm seeing a lot of stores stuff being locked up. Come on, Isabel. You and somebody else came in here and said that the other day. Everything behind plastic or glass or plexiglass with a lock on it where they got to scan to open it. Oh, okay. That was not even a thing during COVID. Hello. Mm-hmm. What's Revelations 13:7 to the end say? Anybody found it? It don't matter what version you put it up in. Tell me. Good morning, Miss Howard. Y'all, it definitely is this house. Ugh, this is crazy. It's hard for me to breathe in here. You said Walmart has spam on sale for $2. That was the jackpot for me. Oh yeah, love some spam. Did they have the maple con and they got the jalapeno? I didn't even know until recently they had all them dang flavors. You said Dollar Tree is about to do it too. You said it was given power to wage war against God's holy people and to conquer them, and it was given authority over every people, language, and nation. Okay. What's the last? What's the keep going? I need all the rest of that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What's the same? I know it only let y'all post so much. Only the original was on sale. It's okay. You said, and it got bacon. You said, and I got it in bacon. The spam. Oh, the bacon flavor spam. Good deal. Baby spam and eggs with some rice. Baby, listen. You don't know nothing about that. And a piece of toast. It got to be sweet rice, not that salt and pepper stuff. Moving on. What's it say there? Huh? It ain't letting y'all post the scripture. I need it to be in the transcript. What's it say? Not just Revelation 7, from 7 all the way down to the end of that chapter. What does it say there? Pick whatever scripture and put it up there. But y'all know the one I'm looking for. What's it say? Hmm. I can look it up, but I want y'all to post it, please. All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, all whose names have not been written in the Lamb's book of life, the Lamb who was slain from the creation of the world. Whoever has ears to hear. So I see what they doing. They're lagging the class. Thank you. Thank you. Uh-huh. Come on, y'all. I don't know whose class this is. We've been on a break, so I'm gonna give it to y'all. I'm gonna give it to y'all. I think you all are a little. I'm gonna read it. Here we go. It also forced all people, great and small, rich or poor, free or slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of that beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666. What did Annalise just come in here and say? She said in 2 months, right now they use an ID book. Then they're going to go to the card. But in 2 months, they will be scanning retinas, or excuse me, foreheads and hands for their payment system in South Africa where she is. It's been 3 years since they limited the water and the electricity usage in the very place where she's at. Come on, DeShannon. Come on. God know what he doing. Come on. God, congratulations. Congratulations. God know what he doing. You needed a sometimes I told you girl I was away from my skin 5 years. You said when you flip it, it's 999. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. You hear me? It's a real thing. Girl, God know what he doing. Sometimes we need a break. It's okay. And a break don't always feel like what you think it's supposed to feel like. You know he be moving stuff around and doing what he want to do, solidifying stuff so that other stuff can't happen no more. Thank you, Orbeline. Okay. So how often have you heard us read that scripture? And we know somebody right now. Are y'all taking in what she said? Or is it bouncing off your forehead? I'm for real. In 2 months, that scripture will be a reality. Hello. You said, yep, number of men, yep, is neurons, protons, and electrons makes up the flesh. You live in the flesh, which is sin. The same flesh came upon us to do Adam's sin. Beast will appeal to the flesh. Sin. Come on. Understand what I'm telling you. This scripture that we have read forever, someone that we know in 2 months could have to pay with their forehead or their hand in real life. Not could have to, is. Yep. We did just have 626. Taking it all in and I'm moving like the chess piece is very strategic. I'm not listen. Now y'all know why they took Zoe off. It made me wonder if they edited my old videos to take that out of them. Because you used to be able to find the Zoe video online, and now it's hard to find it if you can at all. No, and they removed it. I want to say the end of 24, beginning of 25, it started being hard for us to find that video. And now it's a reality. You said right, and that's why I don't go to Mexico no more. Not just because of the citizens matter, but also because they have the system over there. Oh yeah, I forgot they had it in Mexico too. I forgot they sure did. I forgot Mexico went all digital as well. Hello. Is it feeling like the second half of the tribulation to you? Remember, we talked about oh boy and their strategy. And I said this is the same strategy they about to be using right now, and it is. Citizens had to be marked with a specific thing. The way, the strategy of how they took certain things and made them theirs, north, east, south, west, it's all here. Every bit of it. people being put into places and just left there. No food, no medical care, no nothing. The same clothes they had when they got there is probably the same clothes they still wearing right now. Is that not all the movies we watch, family? All of the documentaries? Talking to our old grandparents about what it was like living in their time and now we're living in it? Nephew. Hello. It's not one thing. God told us what laws they was gonna roll back, how it was gonna look, how it was gonna be. He told us everything. I ain't gonna say everything, but everything that we could comprehend. He told us everything. He didn't have to tell us to pay attention to civil rights and to go back and to look and see. He didn't have to tell us. He could have just told us about the food. He could have just told us about the power. He could have just told us about this or that. He literally told us everything that we needed to know that was going to affect us. Hello. So I'm happy that we didn't just focus on the word only, because that's not even smart to do. Because a lot of people that only read the Bible, they don't even know what's happening right now. They can't even see with their natural eyes that the only book that they read is literally popping up off the page and being fulfilled, because they don't study about other things that have to do with the Bible. Just even the version that they get. You said a lot is happening every day. Thank you, Dad, for preparing us. This part. How many of your church going people don't feel like they need to prepare? And we 4 years in. They say God will provide. Hello. You said none of them. A lot. Interesting. You don't think that's odd? You said damn near all of them. They still walk waiting on the rapture. Okay. Do you feel like that's deception? Like they're being deceived? Do you feel like that is, you would rather live a lie? I mean, believe a lie than the truth? You said they still like ostrich's head stuck in the ground. Everything in his time for such a time. You said for such a time me is now. Is now. Okay. You said they still just going to people saying it's prayer meeting. Mm. Even though Cuba done went dark and Jamaica done went dark and other countries have no running water and people are starving and they're eating dirt and different things because there's no food. You said that's the lack of knowledge God was talking about. Come on. Oh yes, and they really don't believe Dad's words is true. Okay. You said yes, absolutely being misled. My mama said the preacher is stocking up for all of them. Do they know they might not be able to leave their house? They need to have it in their house right now. Cause he ain't even gonna be able to run that church if he don't take that. Never mind. Amen. Amen. Well, here we go. All right, let's go down the rabbit hole. We've been over here a long time. This is the rabbit hole we were supposed to go down before. I need you to write down a few words for me, please. Listen, it is what it is. We ain't gonna worry about it. You know, we just gonna keep on moving because God told us, and I'm grateful. While everybody else was out turning up and doing whatever they was doing, God said, "Don't pay attention to none of that. Go on and get your stuff together quietly." Hello, I'm grateful we did. Even my baby just sent me this: a digital water tester measures the water quality, includes batteries. This kind of stuff is interesting. Who would have ever thought that I would need a water tester in my house? Now, when I did the Brita, they came with the water tester strips to see, but I ain't bought a Brita in forever. Hello. Okay, so I need you to write down. You ready? Pen and paper. Please, please, please. All we can do is pray for them and keep pushing. And do, nephew. I ain't about to be arguing with you. If you don't want it, I ain't forcing it down your throat. She did. She did. Thank you. Okay, y'all ready? You got your pen and paper? You said, and back when I was a 66er, I thought the Mormons were crazy. No. Well, technically they are still crazy, but they got pieces of them that's not crazy. But yeah, I've been watching their documentaries, honey. Yeah, they crazy. So, but I know what you mean. They got this part of it down. Okay. Museum, muse, temple, museum, muse, muse. Okay. So museum first, muse, muse, temple, and devotion. So museum, muse, temple, and devotion. You ready? You got them? Museum, muse, temple, and devotion. Do me a favor. Define all those words. I'll be right back. Do a little research. I'll give you about 3 minutes or four to look around, maybe five, and tell me what you see when I come back. Tell me what clicks in your spirit. Okay? Can you do that for me? Mm. Last thing, seat of Satan or throne of Satan. So, museum, muse, temple, devotion, and throne of Satan or seat of Satan. That's what I need you to look up and make some notes about it. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. What y'all got? Whew. You said had to restart my phone. Couldn't research not one word. I believe it. I need to go get my other fan. Hold on, y'all. Lord, I promise. My heat. These hot places get crazy. Ooh, goodness. And my air is on 69 and I'm still hot. Still writing? Okay. Ooh, you Danny, you done found a whole bunch of stuff? Good job. I told y'all we getting on the magic school bus today. We just had some other stuff we had to get to first. Hello. Real crazy. Uh-oh. Put too much. Tell me what you think. And now I'm cold again. Baby, the changing, you don't. What the heck is going on around here? This little fan will go all night too. I don't remember who bought this, but I'm very grateful that you did. Cause this right here, nigga, if you got a spouse or you work outside or got kids that like play football or whatever, this is a good thing to have for them to keep cool so they don't overheat. I promise you, I have to turn it off at night because it be blowing cold air. You hear me? Even when it's hot, it still be blowing nice, cool air. That thing is amazing, and it got a light on it. Ooh, I forgot I got my pickling kit, my fermenting kits. I ain't been able to do that. I can ferment my cucumbers. I forgot. My fermentation kit been sitting here this whole time, and I bought some little baby cucumbers. I'm about to see. You said I need to get one. We gonna be outside for Juneteenth and free backpack drive. Yes. Okay. I don't want you to put it here just yet. Just put it on your paper if you can. Yes, I forgot about that. See, I ain't been able to do it. When I tell y'all my mind been all over the place, it has. I want to try my sourdough starter. It's a lot of things that I need to do, and I haven't been able to. I still got potatoes and stuff that ain't been sealed that's sitting in there that's been in there for 2 months. I don't even know if they no good now because it was so hot in my house. Also, to my canners, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat the stuff that I canned because when I came back, it was heated up. Like the oils in my chicken, or that water, it was done for. Like it was all liquid again. So is it still good or no? I'm gonna find out. I guess I should have looked it up. I just didn't even want to think about all that work going to waste. Hurt my heart, boy. And they was talking about a couple more days. No, I said I got food that could spoil in here. No, y'all come get this stuff together, please and thank you. I'm not waiting. No, it's already been in here for however long on 90 degrees. No. Now I see why black people kept root cellars. Well, not just black people, people in the old days, but the steel is still good. Yeah. They all right if the seal is still good? It's you said if the seal is still intact, it should be okay. Okay. Oh Jesus! And if not, I'm just gonna have to pray. If God can bring people back to life, He can stop botulism. Hello. Because think about this: Joseph ate poison and it didn't affect him. So that's the blessing I'm gonna be praying for at that point in time. Because botulism is like a poison. Hello. If He can do it then, He can do it again. Ugh! That's what I'm gonna say. Because what the heck? It should be fine. The texture might be off because it was getting hot, but it should be fine. Girl, I ain't gonna care about no texture then. Long as I got something to put on his stomach, baby. That's all I'm gonna be worried about is can I eat a little piece of chicken or something? You hear me? Oh, thank you, God, for letting me get back into my swing of things. It has been very difficult. I deal with change okay, but sometimes it takes me a minute depending on what's going on. Okay. Y'all still writing, and it's okay if you are. Told y'all we was getting on the magic school bus. Y'all know how these classes be. If you're still writing definitions and stuff, that's okay. Because I want you to, I hope your toes then start wiggling a little bit already. This back? Baby, listen. I be having to stretch while I'm up and just moving around. Because what the heck? Getting old, it make you sore. And that's crazy. You don't even got to do nothing and you be feeling like you done worked out forever and a day. I don't understand. Y'all still writing? I think it's lagging or running behind. I got that little wood thing. I'm about to use it. The thing they be using for the lymph node massages or whatever you want to call it. You done? Okay. I'm not rushing you. I just wanted to know. You said I'm seeing a pattern, auntie, with these words. Okay. So can we talk about it? Can we? Huh? Who knows that the devil is a trickster? The ultimate trickster. Because he tricked his brothers out of their spot with God, tricked man out of his spot with God, and so forth and so on. Okay. 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 What is a museum? And what's the root word for museum? Oh, he's a master manipulator. He is. It's why because I was looking up trigger the other day and it originally was trigger. Interesting. You said, hey, Dean and family been gone. Gotta catch up. Glad to be back. I know. I got lots of homework. You all right. You all right. You good, girl. We all been gone. I need my thing. Muse is the root word. Oh, there we go. Museon. Museum. And what does museon mean? Museum is an institution dedicated to displayed and preserving culture and history. What does it say there? The seat of a muse. Interesting. What else does it say? Mm? A temple or a shrine? That's what I was trying to type, but it's ragged. It's okay, Pumpkin. I already know. I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. We already know. We know they over here. A place or temple dedicated to the muses. Okay. What is a muse? Hello. Inspiration. Anything else? That's true. Inspiration. What else? A muse can act as both a verb and a noun, generally referring to deep, thoughtful contemplation or a person or force that inspires creativity. So it can be inspiration and it can also be a force. Huh? A force. Interesting wording. What is a musician? Tell me. What does a musician do? Not a magician, but a musician. Tell me. Source of artistic inspiration. A musician is an individual who writes things or plays a music instrument to inspire thought. Hmm. Muse in Greek and Roman mythology, one of the nine sister goddesses who provided over the arts and sciences. Generally, it refers to a guiding force, a person or inspiration that sparks creativity. You said, I feel like Dad's about to bop me on my forehead for going to the Muses Parade again this year, even though I said I wasn't going anymore. Uh oh. The ultimate source of the word museum comes from the nine sisters of Greek goddesses. It entertains. Auntie, now you don't got to be up in my head saying the same things I thought while writing all of these definitions. Oh, it's going. I already know. That's why I gave y'all time to write everything down. Let me ask you a question. Did your body start to move? Did you instantly go back? If I would have kept playing that, what would that song inspire you to do? Where would your mind go? Where would your thoughts go? Mine too. Did you get a little frilly in your stomach? Did your hips start to gyrate? Did your fingers get ready to go and start snapping and moving? You said my body member. Huh? You said mind your ear gates. Okay. I almost did the old school worm dance. Didn't start dancing, but I perked up to listen better to see what it was. Uh-oh, carnal, bump and grind, shake my tail. Okay. What your body start to do? Did your mind start to go back to God? Thank you, how good for you being good. Thank you for me having a job. Thank you. Isn't it crazy that muse, okay, Lucifer was the angel. You were repentant, sway. It immediately start making you the body heating and tingling. Oh, okay. Oh, you right at the what's the name? Isn't that crazy? How muse is the root word for musician or museum, and people go to museums to get artistic inspiration. Sway back and forth like I was sitting in a church pew. Okay, let's do one more. Uh where it take you to? Where you go? You went back to your old self. Immediately, whole body chills. Uh, Shaking my hips. Okay. Auntie, please, not Jasmine. Okay. Throw some old country or praise music on, and I'm there. Okay. Where does this take you back to? Justifying my wrongdoing. Oh, how many people got an attitude a little bit? Walking into trouble, my old ways. Uh-oh, my violent days. Oh, college days. You said back when I actually burst the windows out my baby daddy car. Okay, a time when I was contemplating a look back with someone. Shoulders started moving and thought about who window I was about to bust. Deep breaths and thankful where I don't need to be. Lord, I'm just gonna dance like David. Oh, okay. Oh, sneaky with my overnight bag. Ah, Annalise. Right. Yep. You so said it. We just gonna move on. All right. Hello. Doing things I don't need to. Interesting. So all three of those songs inspire you to do something different. Take your thoughts to a different place. And you're gonna create with each one of those songs. You're gonna create lust, love, or a child. You're gonna create a space for God to show up, or you're gonna create chaos and devastation and hurt and anger and strife. Hello. The first song was It Ain't Nothing Wrong with a little bump and grind baby. The second one was a song of worship. telling God how thankful you are and grateful. And the third one took you back to a time when you let a spirit control you, and your mind was not in control, and your heart was not in control, and God was not technically the leader of your life. They all inspire different emotions, different feelings, and they all create something different. So, do you think, with Lucifer being the angel of music, and muses being something of a spirit of inspiration, okay, do you think that that was by design, that that word means what it means? And then museum, which is a temple of worship, what is in museums? Tell me. He said it's just like that. One rapper told us, he said he could control or have us do things he wants us to do with the words. Come on. And the music's they're just beats. Come on. Now, dag nabbit, that days when I, you said when I, the days when I was out of pocket. Okay. Huh. Tell me what's in a museum. Matter of fact, tell me the different types of museums. Can you do that? Can you tell me the different types of museums? We about to see something. Tell me the different types of museums. And then tell me where the original Lucifer's throne was and where it is. There's art. There's art museums. Okay. Music. But what there's I think there's 4 or 5 different types of museums. Tell me how many different types of museums there are. Right now, you can Google it. I did. Google different types of museums and then tell me what they are, please. Art, music, artifacts, and history are all there. Okay. There's a history museum. What art museums? Yes. Heritage museums, historic house museums, military war museums, and science. Okay. Fashion. Okay. What else? We got some other ones. I'm gonna tell y'all what I got real quick. Science. There we go. Technological. Yes, we have biblical. Yes. Now why I can't find it? Hold on, because I'm looking in the wrong place. Okay. So I just did a quick, there we go. Science and technology, natural history. So art, history, science, natural history, and living institutions. Okay. So what I got was, again, natural history museums, living institutions, art museums, history museums, science and technology, and natural history. Can you do me a favor? I don't know. Can you tell me if there is a type of magic that is tied to each one of those museums? Like, whatever the museum is about, is there a type of magic that is tied to that specific type of museum? So, like, is there nature magic? Is there, I ain't gonna give it out, but tell me the type of mancy that is, or just the type of magic, because I know not all of them are mancies. Tell me which specific museum, not specific as in one, but the type of museum is tied to a form of magic as well. Please. Y'all think I'm going all over the place? It's okay. Y'all should be used to it. Bye now. See if you find something. You said they show us, right? In the night at the museum movie, The Relics Coming to Life. A history museum play has a stage illusion and ancient ritual culture magic. Interesting. Hmm. A history museum play has a stage illusion and ancient ritual culture magic. Okay. What else we got? Hello. I think this thing is slowing it down or something. Is y'all searching? You said magic is deeply connected to museums in several ways, spanning the history of illusions, the occult, ancient beliefs. Several museums worldwide are dedicated specific to these magical traditions. Did you know? Did you? So if a museum is the seat of a force or entity that is spirit and can materialize whenever they feel like it, some museums contain relics that hold power and magic within them. Do you think that that is coincidence? That exactly how they used to show us the temples and stuff used to look back in the day, that our museums are literally made after those same builds? And the things that they hold within them actually do have magical power. And who do they say you should start taking to the museums early? Your children. And there are some children that walk through museums and will walk past a painting and be terrified, or a structure and be more, they will scream and holler, and you got to take them out. I wonder why. Seeing as how it's the seat of a god or a goddess that that place is dedicated to, there's magical items in the place. And it's a temple. So it's just like us going to the temple of Zeus, because the paintings on the wall, and they always on the ceiling or somewhere higher than y'all, where it looks like these beings are looking down on you. This is a temple to a god or a goddess or all of them. And there are magical items sitting in the midst of the museum. The Met, like the Met Gala, you said, and is associated with ancient and mythological magic, and the children can see it when we can't. Ooh, how they played in our face. Tell me where the original throne of Satan is now. Where is it? See, they showed us the broke down picture, and I've been showing y'all the broke down picture, but where is it right now? Tell me where it is. The one that was over there in the Middle East, that the Bible says where it was. It's the name of the city, but tell me where it is right now. It was in Turkey. We studied that, but where is it right now, girl? I just found out today, messed my whole head up. I said, "Ooh, wait a minute." Uh huh. Like in Wakanda. Uh huh. It's not in Turkey anymore. Ooh, that's where it was. But where is it now? The altar that came from there. Where is it? Hello. It's in Germany. So they will take a picture and show us that it's been ruined for thousands of years. Whole time they the ones that broke it because it was still standing and moved it to Germany. What? And now it's in a museum. The seat where they said Lucifer himself sat has been moved and rebuilt in Germany. Now, when we go look at it, it shows ruins, don't it? And sand. Like, oh, we don't know where the rest of it is. Over the ages, it has aged, and the whole time they got it. It's in Berlin. Interesting. Hello. You said as soon as I said that, the internet stopped up. Interesting. Wow, my phone will not show me this. Not both of y'all, Keish and Danny. Y'all see it? Hello. Not Keisha and Danny. Them ain't the same people. Hello. You said, why does my Google say Bridge Street, Salem, Massachusetts? That's where the temple is at. Mm, mm. Somebody else said Massachusetts. Hello. It keeps saying, look for the altar of the at the throne of Satan. You said not no, not showing in a pic of Christmas. It will be opening up in 2027. Interesting. Interesting. So yours say Massachusetts. Yours is interesting. Yes. Yes, they are. No, we can tell. Yeah, it's been a little difficult. Right. You knew they were looking. Right, right, right. Uh-huh. They're trying to right. You know. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yours says Bergamot Turkey. Right. Look up the altar from that place. Dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. Just keep going a little bit. Okay. You already know, Danny. So let me ask you a question. It's okay. Do you think that that is deceit hidden out in the open, right in front of your eyes? If you knew that that was a place that was used to siphon energy or allow beings to hop into you when you go there because it is a magical temple, it's just like going in the temple of Artemis, Zeus, Hercules. A lot of people become emotional when they go into museums. It stirs up something in you. If you knew for a fact that that had been there over 3,000 years and they just updated it to make it look like it was new, but that there is a being there that rules over that space, would you still frequent it all the time? I Google on the computer said bergamot turkey, but keep reading. It says it they moved it to Germany, right? And I'm not saying don't go to the museum. I do know, but think about this. You don't think that's you don't think that's interesting? And all of the museums have to do with what the nine muses were, their attributes and their character or whatever it is that they dealt with. Did you pick that up? That what the muses were made or known for is what all of our museums have in them. And it's a temple that has huge columns and vaulted ceilings and magical items and statues carved of stone, beautiful wood. How many times did God tell us don't go to those kind of places? How many times were the temples of these gods destroyed? Because everything that these things stand for is all the stuff in Enoch that we found out that the fallen angels taught their children. And they are keeping it alive because belief works whether you believe in God. It's idolatry. This is what I'm talking about. Exactly. A Congolese friend of mine said other African countries and the Chinese have been trying to get their artifacts back because they know the powers in the artifacts are being used against them. Oh, he said, man, when I think of how much I used to love going to museums, come on. You said, oh my God, this is where the Ishtar Gate is located. They, and we've studied about that already. We studied about that in this book right here because it got that information in here. Remember? I think my picture came out. It did. My pictures ain't in here no more. I don't know how that works that I be tearing these books up like that, but y'all know the picture with the Ishtar Gate and that old white man on there. Hello. Mine don't got it no more, so that means it's on this table somewhere. You said now you freezing on my end. Of course. Of course. You said I'm looking at the altar now and it's huge. Interesting. Orvaline. Temples filled with artifacts that have real magical abilities, and there are idols and images, magical artifacts, um, and God knows what else. Songs probably that were made by those said spirits. And these are places that we flock to. You said it was in headquarters. I know this place from when I was in the military. Interesting. Interesting. Tell me this ain't crazy. Like a gin, right? Let me ask you a question. Yeah, they named the museum the Pergamon Museum. And we've studied about Pergamon. We've studied about a lot of different places and things from our the orange and black books. I can't think. Ancient Mesopotamia and all of that. We read about them. Okay, so look here. Yep, from Revelations 2. That's what I'm saying. We didn't. Hello. I'm saying we didn't study about it. Hello. And done the research. This is why it's important, though, to look into to things like this. You said, "Good morning." When I woke up this morning, some Egypt documentary was playing on TV, and my immediate thought was not made by human hands. And I walk into class. Come on in here, girl. So he was telling you what we was gonna be studying as soon as you got in here. That you wasn't here almost 3 hours ago, and we was talking about that. She, not me, came in here and start messing with the stuff. She, not me, she started messing with my stuff. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Our bodies are like museums. Not built by human hands. Okay. Okay. There's a spiritual aspect and a physical aspect of this body. But in our mind, okay, if you are rebelling against something, God said rebellion is as what? Huh? You said Pergamon practiced the ways of Balsam, which practice idolatry and sexual immorality. And when you go into a museum, you always see naked bodies and very lewd. Same thing as witchcraft. Okay, so that's magic. Can your body be an idol? Do people idolize their bodies? Okay, like the wax museum. Okay, the living. Right. You said yep, from athletes to models. Okay. How many of you, when you were single, or even when you was married, you sprayed on a particular fragrance that brought you what you wanted? Money, love, respect, lust, sin, whatever. You said cough, cough, love spell. Okay. Hello. Okay. How many of you have used technology to sin? You said taking your body is a temple scripture way too far. Oh, okay. How many of you have made a decision based on your history and not who God is? How many of you have used your words to paint a picture that was not the truth? To get a person's thinking off of where it needs to be. Hands and feet up. Okay. You said I ran out of hands to raise. Okay. We'll do a finger up. Okay. That way you can get a little bit more in. Okay. So, again, the types of temples where magic things and idols are art museums, history museums, science and technology museums, and natural history museums, and living institutions. You're more like a museum than you know. And your sin, by you holding on to certain magical items and sinful things, inspires other people just to be as sinful. And the spirit that was on you is now on them. Hello. Go back and look up what a muse is. Rebellion is as divination, and the presumption as iniquity and idolatry. Uh-oh. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected you from being king. Oh, okay. So the movie Night in the Museum was a documentary. Got it. Right. Right. Is that not interesting? That every type of magic, witchcraft, that there is something in a museum for it. You mean like in your body? You mean like in your life? Hello. And let me ask you this. In museums, most times they don't put the real thing out there. They put a replica of it. But the real thing is down underneath where can't nobody see it and access it. So it's still drawing power. But what people see is not the real thing. Hello. You mean like a demon hiding in your body, making you make certain situations your idols, and he uses song or music magic, music spells, like the Vatican. Come on. A facade, if you will. I'm going to just lay down hands and feet still up, he said, and on the way to the Amalams. You said, deep in the vaults or chambers of our hearts. Sarabe. You didn't realize how much you was like a museum. Hmm. Hmm. Can you name some people in the Bible? I'm going to name one. I'm going to start it off. I'm going to kick it off. Solomon. Who was Solomon's muse? Book one at the end somewhere. Uh oh. Hold on. Huh? The women's, but one in specific. The Shunammite woman was Solomon's muse. Was she not? She inspired him. But one in, okay, come on. Where your book one at? I done gave mine away. Do we got one in here? Let's get the old one. I gave our other one away. Hold on. Let's go. Should be the last page. Second to the last page. Here we go. Solomon falls madly in love with a beautiful Shunammite woman and sacrifices to Jebusite gods to obtain her. Please go to page 986, book one. Can you go with me? Y'all just thought I was all over the place. No, it's always a reason for the season in a lifetime. Hello, let's go here. Page 986, book one. You over there at 26? It don't, I know it don't take y'all long. Y'all books don't be far from y'all. If you at work, you already know it. You good. Okay, here we go. I now took countless wives from every land and kingdom. I also took a journey to the kingdom of the Jebusites, and I saw a woman in her kingdom. And I fell madly in love with her and wanted her to be a wife in my harem. So I said to their priests, give me this Shunammite woman, which means he went to their temple. Nowhere, yes. He went to a place where their gods were probably in statue form, like in our museum. Because ain't that where the priests be? Okay. I just wanted to see if you saw. Give me this Shunammite because I'm madly in love with her. And they replied, if you love our daughter, fall down before our gods. So even to the natural eye, it just looked like statues. But there was a real entity seated in the place where Solomon let his lust take over him. No or yes? Because if a museum is the seat for a reigning spirit, a throne room, something got to be there. You said, oh, we know by now. Oh, he did, because the priest be in the temple. Oh, okay. So he went into the throne room of a different deity and asked for something. Yes or no? He had been in the presence or in the throne room of God up until this point as to how he knew all the information. He asked God for something, and then at the end of his life, he went into the throne room of a lesser God and asked some priests, like he ain't been dealing with angels his whole time, to give him what he wanted. That didn't help his spirit none. The only thing it did was help his flesh, and it really did it after the end of it. Okay. How many of you, the messages are lagging? Okay, they playing with us. I got it. How many of you, when God didn't give you what you wanted, you went and got it yourself? God was taking too long. You was gonna figure it up. Danielle. So you made yourself the deity of your life. Statues are frequently serve as objects of veneration, architectural decoration, or physical embodiment of deities within That's what we're looking for. Physical embodiment of deities within a sacred space. The physical, which means they can be in spirit as well. So after being able to go to the mercy seat and ask God for something, we all have gone to a deity, sometimes ourselves, and made ourselves gods and said, I'm gonna do it. I'll figure it out. You ain't gonna give me what I want, I'm gonna go get it. CERCA was the queen of that, baby girl. Yeah. Oh, you ain't gonna give it to me? Oh, I guess I'm gonna make myself God today. And then people will praise me because I went and got it myself. Hello. You said screaming, I'ma see for myself. Terrible. Oh, okay. Not fruits and vegetables and carrots and chicken and stuff and oranges and everything. Y'all thought we was all over the place. We gonna bring it home every time. Museum. Because your wrongdoing, your right doing, what you put into your temple inspires other people. It creates something in them. Your actions, the things you talk about, what you believe in. Hello, it inspires other people. Oh, not broccoli, Valerie. You said move into the corner. Uh oh. Uh oh. Never realized. And guess what? If you look up the scenes, they have everything to do with these muses and the museums. Agricultural museums. You mean the magic of the earth? And there's air and fire and water. I'm rolling on the ground because I'm sitting down in my corner. Oh, okay. Temples. They didn't hit temples right in our, and they put the gods in the temples. Because all Greek gods are not in every museum. But you can go to an agricultural museum and they will show you depictions of Indians or Native Americans and different cultures praying to their agricultural god. Yes or no? You can go to a museum about island people and whatever else it is, and it's still going to tell you about their gods. They will be listed there. Depictions of them. You said the hotel elite George and Indy. Interesting. I don't think I've been to it. Not hotel, just elite Forge. Elite George. Interesting. Am I saying that wrong? Edel George. Edel George. Am I saying that right? Wrong. Idle George. I for George. Oh, okay. Thank you. I for George. Thank you, because I don't know how to say this here. Thank you. Isn't that odd? Do you think that's crazy? Or you think that because we don't open our eyes and because we don't look, we don't even realize what the devil, and they put it right in the schools, and so you get used to doing it as a child. You get to see idol gods before you see God. You think that's a coincidence? So is that maybe one of the reasons why it's hard for people to believe in God, because they can't see him, but they can see Zeus? They can see the physical depiction or embodiment of it in a statue, an idol god. You said it was the Native American Agricultural Museum by the baseball field downtown. I've never been, Sarah. I know I've been by the baseball field, but I never seen it. Yeah, maybe my kids went down there, but I know I haven't. Interesting. So how is it that the same things that are in the museums that inspire people by spiritual inspiration, how is it that we have so much in common with those places in our physical body? He said this is the reason why we have to ask for forgiveness for the things we do and for the things that is unseen that we do. Uh-huh. Hello. There's some idols in here. Our brain is technology, is it not? Matter of fact, computers and cell phones, they are replicas of what this does. This is the first technology right here. There's electricity, there's neurons, there's all these little pieces and wires and everything. This is the first technology right here. You see it? The camera is just a replica of what our eyes do. They store pictures at so many blinks per minute. Okay. There's a cooling system and a heating system and a pressure release system and waste systems. Okay, right here. Lucifer was able to trick the first temples into how to use what God gave them, the technology He gave them, the knowledge He gave them for the wrong things. And it is still happening in these temples today. There are idols here. There's technology that shouldn't be moving around and sparking and all of this here. And get this, there are spirits that take God's place in our museums. There's a seat for them. Is it not? Right here. Hate inspires, bitterness inspires thought, envy, jealousy. But love inspires too. Kindness inspires too. Self control inspires too. There can be a foul smell, right? Or a sweet smelling smell. Okay? But just like what is on the inside of these museums, okay, those same things are on the inside of us. There's history, technology. God has given us all the ability to create. Okay, that's the arts. Okay, but how often do we give credit to the artists and all of these people and not give credit to God who gave them the gift? American Idol, British Idol, African Idol. Hello. These are moving bodies, temples, and people pass out and they pay all their money to go see them. Okay? They plaster their walls with memorabilia. They play their songs, I mean, spells, I mean, songs over and over and over and over. They change their appearance to look like their idol. No, they will start to talk, act, and walk. Huh? Obsess over them. So, have you been more like a museum than you thought? Your house, your building was a temple for idols and magic and dark occult things, things hidden, like Sarah said, in the basement of the museum that only certain people get to access. And there's an energy that comes with those items. It could be positive or it could be negative. You said, man, when I was in high school, you couldn't find an empty spot on my walls that wasn't covered with movie posters and magazines pictures. Guilty. Okay. We all been there, Sarah. But ain't that crazy how we made shrines and didn't even know it? First they was out here, but then it got to be in here. You said joining their covenant and not the covenant of God. Uh-oh. Because the same symbols that's in the museums is on everything that we buy. Is it not? And when you go all the way back and you research it, what does it always end up being? The symbol of a false god, an idol god, a child of the giants, one of the people that God hated. Okay, I'll be right back. Y'all, my liquids is liquiding. You need to go in your museum basement and see what's in there. You said when I heard Enoch said, "We are the children of God, doing the devil's work," that hit hard. Listen, listen. Does this make you think about what's been right in front of our face the whole time, and things that we participate in, not even realizing what it is? Huh? That's something they offer free too. A lot of times, the museums for the kids, oh, they can go as many times as they want. Whole time, it's a different type of Disneyland. You said, my idol is the nine fruits of the Holy Spirit. Now, I self correct myself with these fruits every day, working out my salvation every day. I ask the Holy Spirit, am I acting and speaking like you? Come on. But think about it. Did you ever really think seriously that the items in a museum were actual magic artifacts, like real, which means they have magical properties? You said cut to covet unhealthy attachments to worldly things distracts them from higher virtues. Come on. Think about that. It seems so, you know, oh, it's a museum. No, it's a magical temple with gods and goddesses and magical artifacts. You said Beyonce dresses as the Queen of Sheba in Hollywood folklore, portrayed as a temptress, belly dancer, witch. And that's funny because didn't she do a music video in a museum? Her and her husband. Here, we have the carousel park close to the museums. Many times in the yard. Hold on. You said nope, just in awe of the grandeur and beauty. Interesting. She did a music video in a temple. She's been in a church too. You said, yep, every ride in Disney, there's symbols and gods. Okay. Music inspires thought. Thought inspires sound, speech, and speech inspires action. If you think it, you'll say it. If you say it, you'll do it. Okay? And the same types of inspiration, okay, that come from museums has everything to do with the very people God destroyed the earth because of them and their inventions and what they taught man. Yes or no? The very people that are in the museum are the reason the earth was destroyed the first time. They got the angels in there, the different gods, their magical uh tools. You said some of them are cemetery as well. Same as Taylor Swift Swifties. Okay. Queen Bee also states she worships Oshun, the Egyptian water goddess. Here we go. Is that why she always wet in her videos? She's always in some water somewhere. They playing in our face, but ultimately disrespect y'all constantly. Come on, Danny. Crazy. He said now we can look at it as look at the display of screw ups, come one, come all. Come on. Come on. Something so simple. You said she also said Sasha Fierce takes over. The force, the entity. When you let the devil control your mind, you give him a seat where? You said Oshun is commonly called the river Orisha or goddess from the Yoruba religion. Hmm. He now becomes the head of your life because you've given him the throne in your mind. And your temple becomes less and less holy. I researched the Hollywood stars are part of a ritual. When you walk on them, you participate. Imagine all who go to walk on them daily. Remember, we talked about that. The fallen stars in the city of lost angels. Mm, we did a whole class on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the stars. Remember? We did a couple of classes on them. You're a rising star, even though that everything that they have you do has to do with the angels that fell, the falling stars, the glitz and the glam, the lights. He put them in darkness, so they do all of that. Yeah. But really, everything that they do, they be, may the force be with you, they be in darkness. Hmm. So, so homework today, and I'm gonna let Star search. Come on, come on. Homework today is I want you to find 5 people. Okay, 5 people in the Bible. Well, 10 technically. It could be lost books wherever you find them. You know. Okay. I need you to find 5 people in the Bible that were inspired to do the right things by someone. Okay. And 5 people that were inspired by someone in the Bible to do the wrong things. And then figure out which spirit was their muse. You said Rihanna actually has a whole lot in Under My Umbrella with the water. Yep. Okay. So you got me? You have to find 5 people in the Bible that were inspired by someone that did good, and 5 people that were inspired by somebody that did evil. And then figure out which spirit was their muse for the action that they committed. Okay? So let me give you an example. When Saul kept trying to kill David, there were a few spirits that were his muses: envy, jealousy, murder, deceit. Okay? There were several there because it was a spirit whispering in his ear, giving him ideas, thoughts. He then spoke them and then he acted on them. Pride and rage. Come on. 2 other ones. Come on, Sarah. Okay? So I need you to find 5 people in the Bible. Old Testament, New Testament, supergraph, or old, it don't matter. Wherever you find them, you just need to have your references so we can go check with you. Okay? Why is there a big Buddha statue right in front of me at Goodwill right now? Interesting. Not popping up off the page, T. Popping up off the page. Listen. I believe it. I believe it. I 100% believe it. Be honest. How many of y'all houses was museums? And y'all know what I mean prior to coming here. How many of y'all had an altar in y'all house and statues in your house and symbols and rocks that were dedicated? Remember when we went and did the study about the giants and their blood and what it turned into, crystallized and all of this because they mamas was made from the earth, but their daddies was from heaven. So it made people had gold veins and silver veins, and we found out that the crystals are actually a part of their bodies. Hello, just like we could get kidney stones in our body or different stones in our body, they did as well. But those things we use for different things like technology. Because remember, before man fell, the war happened, which means there was already, and we know this from biblical things, the angels were thrown, hurled down into the abyss. Not all of them lived. We know some angels were killed because that's what happens in war. And then that's how Lucifer understood to continually make us go to war. How to and what it would cause because he had already seen it. I'm thinking of Judas right off the bat for the bad guy. Okay, don't put it here. I want you to do your research. Thank you. But I want you to do your research. 5 people that inspire people to live well and live good, and then 5 that did evil. What was the spirit or the muse behind their actions? Okay. Someone has a shrine set up with my son's pictures and Catholic statues, and I don't like it at all. Ooh, interesting. Jen. Hello. You said a lot of places where we eat at got their God right in the restaurant. The reason why we have to pray over everything we eat. This part, Auntie. Mm, okay, real quick, and then I'm gonna go. How many of y'all finished the Leprechaun movie? Y'all remember when everyone got mad at the statues being taken down in 2020? Do remember that, and the statue being put up in Oklahoma too. You did, you did, you did, you did. Good job, JoJo. Good job, Diana. Y'all did. Okay, good. The last 5 minutes of the movie, 10 minutes. What did it remind you of? Somebody said a wedding yesterday. Yes, but what else? You said we have a lot of Indian Buddhist shops here. Interesting. Hmm. They really got this class lagging. That's making me angry. I don't like that. Hmm. Is y'all here? Yeah, the end of the world. Think about what was happening with the y'all. Y'all don't remember all the people got killed and then they were resurrected and then there was a wedding and a celebration where they all got reinstated bodies. They was just asleep. Remember, they was all disappearing. And the weather was out of control. And it was war in the middle of the valley, like we read about. Spiritual beings and humans alike was there to fight. After everybody was killed, everybody was brought back to life, and then there was a wedding like the one in heaven. I said, not that they put the end of the Armageddon. Armageddon. I was hoping y'all see you later. Later, lady. I also noticed how death started at the feet. Come on. Come on, Joy Joy. It started right on at the feet. It came right on up, and we didn't have classes about that several times. Amen. Hello. Hello, and did. You said, I have a question, sis. When the fairy princess and the leprechaun was laying on that tree, the lightning came. That came from that. What was that? Well, if you think about it, spirits or energy, I can't really explain what that was. It was supposed to make them forget. That tree had magical powers. It was supposed to make them forget. You know what? Did you just want me to say that out loud? Are you trying to say something? Because I know some trees that'll make you forget some stuff too. You know what? Never mind. But it didn't work. They didn't forget. But you could think about that like being in a garden. You can think about it like being in a garden when they laid on that tree. I'm just saying. I don't know if she's trying to call people out and stuff, but you don't need to. It's fine. Hey, yeah, I know some other trees that make you forgetful as well, but it didn't work. It was supposed to cause them to have amnesia and take their love away. But we know that lust began at the tree. Hello. Lust began at the tree. When Adam and Eve met at that tree and they bit into whatever fruit it was or whatever it was that they did, lust began there. And guess what? They got right up off that tree and started kissing like crazy. And they was now willing to lay down their life for what they wanted. You mean like we have a spiritual death? Getting what we want? Hello. That's like when God give us our souls. He tell us exactly our life, but when we're birthed on earth, we can't remember, which is deja vu. Yep. Yep. But you know what also it makes me think about? Remember when Abraham was on the chariot and he got to see all them people die, then God rewound the time and everybody was back alive? It's just like that too. Cause that's how Whoopi was flying around in there, wasn't she? Now, can I ask y'all a question? Yes, Rika. Did y'all pay attention to Cardi's outfits and Whoopi's outfit? My boy Abraham was not playing and wasn't. Did you? Cardi's outfit from her new tour, Love Her to, to Life. And Whoopi Goldberg's outfit was the same. Hello. And the girl that plays tennis, hers too. It was just a lighter version for the Met Gala. Cardi B is a crow. She been using crows. And one of her outfits that she had on in one of her things looked just like what Whoopi had on with the feathers and whatnot. I didn't see Serena. Not Serena, the Asian girl. The Asian and black girl. She had red fingers and nails, and then it was feathers floating around her, but it was real elegant. Then she took it off. It was a red dress underneath there. Mm. Mm-hmm. You said the Last Night on Earth movie has our classes too. Interesting. The Last Night on Earth movie has our classes. The Last Night on Earth has our classes too. Okay, Naomi Osaka. Yes. Mhm. It's real, real crazy. Okay. Seems they dress to show what God they worship. Of course. Veneration. And they literally going into a temple, a museum of art and magic, and that's why we can't go in. You said, has anyone watched the AI doc on Peacock? Nope, I have not. Seems they dress. Yeah, I haven't. I've seen people talking about it, but I haven't. Crazy, right? Would you rather have your eyes open to what's happening, or would you rather be like a peacock with your head in the sand? Because now, when you go to a museum, you'll probably pray over yourself before you go, whereas before you felt like it was a harmless place to take your children. You gonna guard your gates now when you go into a museum. Open for free, Alex. That part, open, please, and thank you. Come on. Wide open. Open, open. Oh, okay. Do you look at a museum like a different place now? Do you look at your temple like a different place now? You said, yeah. You said, I can't unsee it now. Oh, okay. Huh? Because the same things that's in a museum can be in your temple too. And the same idol gods that they got in there, you might have in here. The same magical tools that they use to extract energy or attract energy, you might have them too, right here. And there's different types of magical temples, as you can see. Hello. Deceit is not always hidden. Sometimes it's right in front of your face. Deception, inspiration into the wrong things. It ain't always something you got to go looking for. Sometimes it's smack dab right in front of your face. It's interesting that they have children's museums that schools go to on field trips. Exactly. And to think I was going to take my girls to the museum today for something to do, I'll take them to the library instead. Listen, I'm not saying don't go. I'm saying pray before you go. That's it. Because the library can be considered a temple too. Most of them look just the same. And it basically was where they hid all the magical documents. Well, there's a lot of spelling in the library. There's a lot of word magic there. You said yes. They said she looked uncomfortable in that red dress. Come on. Hello. Just anoint yourself before you go. You said with all my adult knowledge. You said and it looked glossy as well. Y'all hear my stomach? I'm about to go make me some food. No, for real. What do you get at the library? Knowledge and hidden knowledge if you know where to look. I'm just saying how they do it, right? This is just our eyes can be open a little bit more. Okay. And then also, what are your muses in your life? Where does your inspiration come from? Your thoughts, your patterns, your actions. Who is the spirit to your avatar? Hello. That's all. And that's why I want y'all to go in the scripture. I done looked up a couple people. That's why I said Solomon first. I want y'all to find people that were inspired by someone around them and then look and see what spirit was ruling the person that inspired them. Definitely going to pray and anoint them before we go, so I speak with clarity and understanding to them. Come on. My stepsister is an assistant to the curator at an art museum. I'll have to pick her brain. She's a devout Catholic too. Ooh, Sarah, you got the goodies. You said absolutely. Okay. So I want y'all to find your five people in the Bible that were inspired to do good by somebody. Find out what spirit was inspiring them. I wrote down one already, and we have covered him in this class. Okay, not I'm over there peeking at your paper. Okay, and then you have to find five people, whether it be in the Old Testament, New Testament, lost books, wherever. I need you to find the person. Let me grab my pigs in the parlor and my dictionary demons book, please and thank you. Here we go, Auntie. There we go. Real study. You said what is? Because you're gonna need them, or even. Well, I ain't gonna tell y'all where to look. Y'all know what's on y'all shelf. I'm gonna see what y'all come up with, because I know everybody's not gonna pick the same people, and I'm excited to see. Straight out of Josephus. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. I'm excited to see who everybody found, because we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about who inspired them, who they are, who inspired them, and then what spirit was the muse to both of those people. I think it's gonna be interesting. Do y'all? Hmm? The spirit behind it all. Hello. I need coffee. Ain't no more. I need some water. Then I guess. All right. Well, I love y'all. Y'all got homework to do. Let's see who people in the past they muse was. Okay. Bye bye. That part. Tell nephew I said, hey, Titsy baby. Good job. All right. Let's get to it. Are you ready? Set. Go. I'm about to go. Bye, y'all. I love y'all.